welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will continue the series of hidden gems of Italy. Yes, I will continue to talk about 5 other cities that should be considered by tourists because of their architecture, their art, their history, their food, and of course, their festivities. Unfortunately, these hidden gems are not well known because they're most likely overshadowed by bigger cities, which sometimes they're neighbors with, such as Rome, Firenze, Venezia, Naples, and other very popular touristic cities. So in this video, I'm gonna show you 5 other cities that you should consider next time you travel to Italy. Let's begin. Siena. Siena is most likely overshadowed by Firenze, Florence, because not only for its architecture is beautiful, but also because they're very close by. They're neighbor cities. Siena is very well known for its beautiful architecture, which is medieval. The heart of the city is Piazza del Campo. Siena is known for being a university city, so it's a very student-friendly, youthful city. There's a lot of events going on during the summer and throughout the year overall. So the beautiful Piazza del Campo is one of the largest and one of the most beautiful piazzas or squares in Italy. Also, Siena is very well known for its palio, or its horse race, which happens not only once or twice a year. So people around the city, they are divided into neighborhoods, so which are called contradas. They all have each their individual colors, their mascot, their seal, their everything that has to do with their neighborhood. They're very zealous about it, so during the palio, of course, they're gonna bet for their neighborhood horse. Unlike Ronciglione, where the horse rides without the rider, in Siena, it's very popular to actually have a rider on the horse. So people pay a lot of money for these riders so they can train all year long to be the best and to win the palio. Probably represents the best of the city throughout the year. This palio, of course, this horse race dates back to the 17th century. In Siena, it's very popular to dress in their medieval outfits. So they put their medieval costumes, they ride their horses, and not only that, they also have a banner parade, their flags, they also have their drums, their trumpets. So it's a big event in Italy. So next time you're close by a bigger city such as Firenze, you're welcome to stop by Siena. Number 2, so the second city I'm gonna talk to you about is Orvieto. I'm talking to you about Orvieto for many reasons. One of the reasons is because I have traveled back to Orvieto several times throughout the year, taking my family to see Orvieto, and also for me to discover this wonderful and beautiful city, which is on top of a volcanic tough cliff and is rich in history. Orvieto has its cathedral, which is the Duomo di Orvieto, where they have the other half of the miracle in Bolsena. So if you haven't seen about Bolsena, go back to my other video where I talked to you about Bolsena. About the Duomo di Orvieto. Orvieto has a very Gothic, unique architecture. With it, of course, it is stunning frescoes inside and of course outside as well. It's very well made and represents a lot about the standing out architecture. From its facade on the outside to the inside, you can tell that it's a very marvelous structure. The Duomo was built at the end of the 1500s and is one of the finest Gothic architectures ever made in Italy. So you should consider going there and look at it. I was able to be there for a concert, for an organ concert. And even the acoustics of the Orvieto, or of the Duomo, of the church, they're amazing. They've really done an amazing job by the echoing of the acoustic sound, which of course they didn't have microphones back in the day. So they did an amazing job even with that, not only the architecture, but also it represents very well not only the view, but also the sound. Speaking about the architecture and the building of this cathedral, it has a lot of spirals and mosaics around the facade and of some pillars in the inside. You could see how every single point where you look at, it's like a different shape, a different figure, its significance, and of course its Gothic semblance, a Gothic grandeur. So if you love art, architecture, if you're into history, go and see the Duomo di Orvieto. Speaking about history, in Orvieto is also very famous and well known for its pozzo. Pozzo di San Patricio, which is St. Patrick's Well, was built in the 16th century century. It was commanded by a pope. It was designed by the architect Antonio Sangallo. Of course, like every well, it was built to ensure the water supply in the city. This pozzo wasn't built just like a hole in the ground. The unique thing about it is like the architecture did a spiral stairway where people can go in and come out on the other side of the spiral. And back in the day, it was made for the donkeys to actually go down the well, gather the water, and go up so the traffic didn't interfere with the traffic of going in and going out. Very well made, and it shows an amazing engineering skills. The well itself is 53 meters deep, and it contains up to 248 stairs. Imagine, I was able to be there. So if you're a person who is claustrophobic or afraid of the dark or small spaces, maybe this is not an activity for you. Of course, visitors right now, tourists all over the world can go there, pay a ticket, and visit the Pozzo de San Patrizio. Of course, it has its hours where you can visit. You can go down all the way to the water level, and of course, you go back outside to the other side of the stairway. So Orvieto is not only known for its cathedral, its pozzo, but also if you're wine lovers, it's also a good place to go and get some wine, ceramics, and handmade artifacts done by the locals there in Orvieto. You can have a day or two around Orvieto and you can experience such an amazing grandeur of this hidden treasure. Number 3, next up is Civita di Bagnoregio. Civita di Bagnoregio is a city that most of you know because you have seen cities in many postcards of Italy. This city is on top of a cliff. It's known as the dying city because this cliff is collapsing little by little throughout time due to the elements of rain and wind. And also because this stone was not meant to build any civilization on top. But back in the day, people didn't know very well about this structure of these mountains. And like in many towns in Italy, it was preferred to be built on top of a hill. It was connected to the town of Bagnoregio, but Civita, little by little throughout time, started to collapse. Now, its remaining part of the city is inhabited by a handful of people. Literally, like 5 people probably, or 5 to not even 10 people live in this city. Now, people can visit this city by crossing a pedestrian bridge that was built throughout time for visitors and for those that have their houses still there in Civita to go and actually see the city. So people around the world go there to see this charming city on top of a hill that is dying. And it has this medieval architecture like many cities around the area, but just a breathtaking view, and the views in this city are absolutely stunning. People go there for restaurants, they go to buy local artifacts, local ceramics, and things that people still sell there. And of course, be stunned by its amazing view. So you're welcome to come to Civita di Bagnoregio. I'm gonna talk to you about 2 cities. It's Narni and Amelia. I'm talking to you these 2 cities together because they're very close. They're neighbor cities, and they're amazing in structure and in history and its overall architecture and culture. So first of all, Narni. Most of you know this city because it was inspired by C.S. Lewis with the Chronicles of Narnia books, and of course the films that were made after this inspiration. Narni is really a breathtaking city with its charming architecture. People go there not only because it's famous, people go there not only because it was inspired by this Chronicles of Narnia city, but also because its history and its roots going back to the Roman Empire. In Narni, you can still find some ancient Roman ruins, and of course, it also includes secret chambers and tunnels that are still hidden there in this beautiful city. Tourists can be there and explore their medieval crypts and discover the ancient Roman ruins that are still there in Narni, other than its amazing cuisine and its stunning views. Narni is surrounded by the Nera River, and it has a famous spot called Le Mole de Narni. It's a series of natural pools naturally made by this river, that are amazing. It has crystal clear water, very blue and bright colors, of course, surrounded by its natural forest. I've been there. It's an amazing experience. You can do a bath in this crystal clear water. People from all over the world go there to Narni, not only for its ancient Roman history, but also for its amazing natural springs of water. And of course, those who like adventure, they can go hiking and explore more about the wilderness around Narni. And just located nearby Narni is the city of Amelia. Amelia is known for its architecture and archaeological sites. Amelia is discovered to be known the city that has one of the most ancient built walls. It dates back to 3,000 years and it surrounds the whole city and is mostly intact. Once you cross these walls, built a long time ago and they're still standing there, that date back to the pre-Roman era. Imagine that. So if you're one of those people that love architecture, this is the place for you. One of the things that I did when I was in Amelia was visiting the Roman cistern that was found not long ago. So I was able to explore this underground experience of Amelia. It was a unique way to spend my day because I was able to learn about history, I was able to see an ancient site, and I was able to actually experience underground inside a cistern. And of course, you can still see some water in there and see this stunning and majestic structure the Romans made a long time ago and it's still standing there. And of course, the tourists are able to not only enjoy the cuisine of Amelia, but also see its amazing views, its architecture, its structures, its history. Like everywhere you go in Amelia, you're walking in history. Another city that I'm excited to talk to you about is the city of Luca. Luca is a very charming medieval city in Italy. It's well known for its well-preserved Renaissance walls, which completely circle the city to protect it. And of course, it doesn't stop there. Luca has a unique thing that many cities wish to have, which is a Piazza dell'Amphitheater, which is a very old amphitheater that you can still see from up in the air. You can see where the Romans used to have their races, their amphitheater, their events going on. You can still see where that was, and one of the oldest ones in Italy, and you can find that in Luca. And of course, it doesn't stop there. It's well known for its tower. One of the most famous towers, it's found in Luca, where you can find on the top of the tower, there's an actual garden built on top. And of course, you're not only able to experience the beauty of this garden on the rooftop, but also the amazing view of Luca. And like many towns in Italy, it has its Duomo. And this time, Luca has the Duomo of San Martino, which also has, like Orvieto, very Gothic architecture, which in this Duomo, in this church, in this cathedral, is the house of the Volto Santo, which is a very famous religious crucifix that is there, and it's known to be miraculous. Of course, due to this famous crucifix that is there located in Luca, Luca has the feast day of the Holy Cross as its celebration on September 13th. So all around town in Luca, they gather and celebrate this cross that is miraculous. Of course, they do their religious procession, their religious events, and of course, the city celebrates with their amazing food. And one of the most amazing facts about Luca, if you're planning to visit this amazing city, is that it has its intact walls dated back into the Renaissance era. So if you're into architecture, into celebrations and amazing rooftop views, you're welcome to come to Luca. And last but not least, I'm gonna finish with one of my favorite cities, which is Perugia. Perugia is well known to be the capital of the Euro chocolate, which means the capital of the chocolate here in Europe. A lot of very famous, well-known brands throughout the world started there in Perugia. And of course, Perugia is the capital of Umbria, which is a region in Italy. It's so rich in history, in culture, and of course, its scenery, its overall grandiose. It has like a very fascinating Etruscan, medieval, and Renaissance architecture. So you can see a little bit of different eras passing throughout time there in Perugia in its architecture itself. So it's very beautiful to see. Close to Perugia, it's another city that I talked to you about in the previous video, which is Assisi. So if next time you're close to Assisi, you are also welcome to come to Perugia. And of course, like many cities in Italy, it has its underground city. You can still visit the ruins, the roots of this city, and see how the architecture of this city still stands on, how well made is this city. Just a fun fact about Perugia is home to the University of Foreigners, which means that it is home to one of the oldest and very prestigious and well-known language universities. So it basically attracts students from all over the world. So as you can see, Perugia is very like Siena. It's a very student active life kind of city. And of course, since it has a lot of students throughout the world, it's very multicultural. Mix of architecture, but also you're able to experience the youthful of this amazing city. Its architecture, its history, and also you can always enjoy the chocolate that is produced in this city. So if you're planning to come to Italy in the fall-winter months, you come to Perugia in October, you're able to celebrate with the Perugians this amazing chocolate event. And of course, you're able to take a tour about the building, the making of this chocolate, and the history of making chocolate in Perugia. So this is it. These are the 6 cities, because today I talk about 6 cities. 6 cities that are hidden treasures in Italy. I hope this video wasn't long, but if you have a favorite city that I talked about so far, if you visited this city before, or if you would like me to talk more about one of the cities that I presented to you, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to share with you more fun facts about these cities, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Without further ado, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share this video for all those tourists that would love to visit Italy. Share this video with others so they have other options of amazing hidden treasures in Italy that are not well known. See you next video. Ciao!